What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today on the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Songs of Silence. This is a demo that the developers fired on over. It takes after Heroes of Might and Magic from what I've played so far. And it is quite a animated, beautiful, voiced, interesting version of Heroes of Might and Magic. Probably swings a little bit more in the Heroes Hour direction in that the battles are all auto battles. You don't actually control anything inside of the battles. You basically arrange the formations at the beginning and they do what they do. And whoever comes out on top ends up taking the territory. But this is a game about building castles, fighting for a fantasy realm, leveling up a regent, and generally holding back an apocalyptic nightmare called The Silence. And so we're going to play this early demo for about 30 minutes, see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, there is a link for you down below in the description. On top of that, you can find a link to Twitch and Discord, other places that I'm frequently active, like 35 hours a week. So let's roll.
I will never forget the last days of Erengard. The day the purgatory came. The day our homeland was devoured by silence. The day everything turned to dust. Crusade's onslaught was relentless. A war without end. My parents led our armies in a final, desperate charge against the invaders. The tide of battle soon turned east. I should have been there, either to save them or to perish by their side. Only I remained to protect the survivors of our once mighty kingdom. But in my darkest hours, doubt took hold. How can I lead these people? Where to? Am I really worthy to be their queen? In my moment of despair, a golden light appeared from above. It was Isla, a holy celestial bird who had once guided my mother. I hear you, faithful guardian. Please, show us the way.
And so Queen Lorelei of Erengard sets forth to lead her subjects towards an uncertain future. In the distant realm of Elbin, she hopes to meet Lord Hauser, a loyal friend of her late father, who is now serving as cleric and aide to Elbin's monarch. Surely the old man will understand her plight. At long last, the people of Erengard arrive at their destination, yet something seems off. Elbin's roads, fields, and villages are deserted, and the air is rent with the sound of battle.
As you've been able to tell so far, production values on this game are like through the roof. Whoever this artist is that they contracted, this artist went straight ham on this game. You got Hans Zimmer in the background going nuts with the soundtrack. Like, all of the animations, everything looks really, really good. Like, I was super impressed with my playthrough of this demo before I actually decided to record a video on it. I think they've got a lot of the bits and pieces in really good places.
Look, everyone! Isla has found Elbin's capital. If we make haste, we could be there on the morrow.
On the morrow. Let us ride! And so as you can see, if you've ever played anything like Heroes of Might and Magic, this is instantaneously gonna make sense. You can right-click on any of these armies. It'll show you your army layout. You can rearrange your garrisons. You have reserves that you can summon on in to attack on flanks, or there's special abilities that will make like use of your reserve and allow them to fire like a super attack into battle, or something like that. But as of right now, we can have 6 units inside of our battle force, including us. The mission criteria here are just that we have to retake the battle map, and we have to avoid the main character dying, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and attack these little dudes on the road. I don't think that I'm in, like, the surrendering business, Chief. I feel more like kind of a queen or whatever. And so as you can see, they're going to charge into battle. We should be able to pick and choose spots where we think we might be able to help, so that's a charge ability right there. This allows me to drop like a magic missile from the heavens that will knock the enemy around. Those are the only abilities that we really have for right now. I would recommend that they add a push pause to the game, and in fact an interactable push pause to the game. This is pretty bog standard for all games of this title, where you can press the space bar whenever you want and it'll pause the gameplay, and you can drag whatever cards you want into play and then unpause the game and plan out your moves. The game does not have that right now. You can pause it by clicking on the little button at the bottom right, but the space bar doesn't do anything as of right now, and while the game is paused, you can't interact with it in any way. And so that seems a little bit restrictive for auto battle style games, which pretty frequently go out of their way to have those sort of, I guess, push pause features. Landscape looks great, dude. I love the like watercolor palette that they stuck to above all else with this title. Every time you win a fight, you're gonna get a gold cart. It's like a little, I don't know. It's like a little forbearance armadillo, dude. I don't know. It's like a little armadillo full of gold, all right? It's an armadillo, and it pulls a little radio flyer wagon full of gold that we take back to the capital, and then we get paid.
Lorelei experiences the all-too-familiar sensation. War is in the air. A young, anxious-looking guard meets her at the castle gates and escorts her to the throne room for an audience with Hauser. After a moment's contemplation, the old man lowers his mirrored mask, revealing a weary yet sincere smile.
Our country is at war, and King Atron is trapped behind enemy lines. It pains me to deny our support, but we cannot grant you sanctuary while our very survival is at stake, milady.
I am sorry, old man, but I have grown weary of fighting. I will help you liberate your sovereign, but that's all I can do.
Thank you, milady.
You can't let her talk trash like that, dude. She rolled up in here asking you for a favor and then called you an old man at the beginning. You gotta get her back, man. You gotta be like, good. Assist me with fighting the enemy, weird earlobes. Like, you can't just let her get away with that, man. Like, she just pointed out an attribute about you for no reason whatsoever. There was no intent there. There was no goal there. She was just calling you old to call you old. You got a collar on it, man. You got roaster. Let's see. We've got a number of units that we can actually recruit here. The entire game is presented in tarot card format, so this is not a card game. There is no energy. There is no, like, playing cards on anything. What they've opted to do, instead of having what every other game has, which is where you just have a button down here, you would click it, and it would open up the units that are available for recruit, and you click and drag them in. They just made cards. So, like, I can get an Iron Sworn Swordsman, right? Or I guess a Cavalryman right here, if I wanted to do so. Over here, I can get Build VP, apparently, which allows me to raise the prosperity of a location. Every location has varying statistics that are all animated or illustrated in stunning form. Everything just looks amazing in this game. You've got supply, you've got prosperity, you've got fortification, you've got garrison, you've got income. These are all attributes of the cities that you own and how you're going to be able to utilize them to move forward in the game. Since we have like a full army, we're not really going to do a whole lot here. We're just going to send her forward to cap the Freeland Pass, and instead, we're going to take, sorry, I missed the click right there. Sometimes it's sticky about the clickies when you select these guys, and they don't have like a really strong targeted ring around their feet to let you know that you've got them on your mouse. He's got a number of healers and Acolytes of Wrath. I don't know what they do, but they look really cool. Wholly committed to their duty, the Acolytes of Wrath, they smite non-believers with Divine Lightning, so they're a ranged unit. So we've got a healer, and we've got a ranged unit. He can have 2 more units, though, so I would strongly suggest we pick up, like, some kind of infantry. What does he do? himself. God, I love that artwork. The saturation and the color palettes and the tones, just everything about it. It's got like a Jack Kirby vibe to it that's just like, man, absolutely love it. I love it when video games don't fall into fantasy tropes and they don't just give us like another Western European guys with bill hooks and hats and whatnot. Like, I like that aesthetic, but I like it even more when developers go a little crazy with it and it's clear that they're like introducing you to a new culture, a new religion, like a new faith, a new group of people, you know what I mean? Like, it feels good to go through the game and like learn about it. There we go. So he's got like a 5 stack of units now, which makes him a little bit more useful. I don't know if he can handle this fight right here, but if we can leapfrog it and level him up to having 6 guys, that'd be good. Oh yeah, dude, it's just a couple of nerds inside of here. We're good. He's got an ability that allows us to summon like these little beings of light that will jump in on this fight over here and like smite people with the power of like the sun lightning. I don't know exactly what the elemental affinity is or what it does, but it looks like they're done sort of like harpooning this guy down here. So justice has prevailed, and of course, Hauser has earned us a little bit of money and supply, which we'll take back to the capital. He's got some XP, and when you level up in this game, you get to pick either a card that allows you to develop your economy, so it'll let you place a building inside one of your cities, or...
I'm glad you weren't. Nobody survived that day. Nobody but me.
You must be cautious, milady. We can't afford to lose your bloodline.
Anyways, every time you level up a unit, you're either going to get like a civic advancement, which is like the ability to build a fort, or to build a wall, or to like build trebuchets or something on your capital, or on one of your smaller holdings. Or you can take an ability that's specific to the character that they'll be able to deploy in battle from then on. We do have the pillage activity that we can do right here. It will lower the prosperity level of this bridge, which is like, what? Level 2. I mean, I'd rather hold it, I guess, and just kind of like accept the income, I suppose. Can you move any further? You cannot move further. Okay, what about you? So there's no way to cross the pass with him there, so we'll just wait it out. It's okay. On the next turn, I can recruit like some reserves and stuff for these armies too, just to flesh them on out. Be very careful. I don't think this demo is available for you guys to play right now, but it will be available during the Steam Next Fest. So my recommendation would be, when you get around to playing this game, is watch out for backcaps. The AI in this game loves to backcap every single thing that you leave unattended. They will swoop in from inside the fog of war. They'll instantly capture it and make a run on your capital. It's a thing that happens, and you need to be aware of it, because I think for like a first level AI, that's really aggressive, and like a new player is not going to expect that to come hit them in the face. We can do Realm Builder. This will allow me to raise the prosperity of this bridge right here, should we desire to do so. We may also be able to raise the prosperity over there. How much APs does she have left? Here, right out over to here. And let me see, can I put that in there? Yeah, let's realm build over here. So that raised the amount of money that we're making from this location. And if we go inside of here, prosperity should be leveling up each turn. And it also like levels up on its own. So that should get that place cooking with fire. The other thing we can do is we need to start building up garrisons. We don't really have a ton of money right now. Oop, that was an accident. See, the unit selection in this game is very difficult to tell if you still got a unit on your clicker or not. You just got to kind of look and see if there's cards at the bottom. I've been doing that all the time while I've been playing this game, where it's very, very difficult to ensure I have what I want on my clicks. Yeah, we'll save the king in a second. Just give me a minute. We have no garrisons here. We should probably get a garrison here. That feels like a thing that a smart human being would do. So let's just start stacking up archers on the walls so that when the enemy attacks, they have to actually like deal with that. I don't know what happened right there, but let's go back to the Friedland Pass. Oh, it's a garrisoned unit. Okay. If you have enough, by all means, ride back this way. And then you protect us from the back cap, because it's coming. We got to keep them across this river at all costs. All right, we'll end the turn. Next turn, we'll get around. We'll attack this guy right here. This fight's going to be a little bit rough. It's going to be a little bit nasty. It's going to be a little bit bloody, but we should be able to get through it. All right, let's break the siege. I don't know what those guys are doing over there either. Looks like there are ferocious Spartans. All right. In we go. The charge has been answered. It's an ambush, so the enemy is unaware that we're coming. We're going to go ahead and, like, we're going to hit these we're going to hit the trebuchets as hard as we can, because the trebuchets are the big risk right here. We want those dead prior to, like, everything else. It looks like our spearmen have routed. That's really unfortunate. I would rather they not be routed. We'll blow them up real fast, and that looks like it killed a couple of their units. Archers are firing back here. It looks like they're rallying. We are going to need a charge right into the center of the enemy lane right there to knock them around a bit. The game is chock-a-block with cool little features, like when you do that charge ability, you could tell it's magically charged because there's like burnout streaks on the ground from the hooves of the horses, and there's also like an impact zone where you can see an explosion went off. Same thing for over here where we dropped a meteor on them. The game is just really, really promising. There's a lot of things here that are right, and for an early demo, that's got me very excited, especially as a fan of, Heroes of Might and Magic. It's been really, really good to see all of these various developers kind of step in once Heroes of Might and Magic kind of dropped the ball, and they haven't been putting out the greatest games lately, to kind of fill that gap and, like, show that, hey, like, this is still a gameplay premise that has things going for it. People still enjoy this, so let's make, like, a really high-quality one. I mean, this year already, you've had things like Songs of Conquest. Now you've got Songs of Silence. I mean, there's all kinds of good things happening.
I am forever in your debt, but alas, I must request your assistance one more time.
I'm not here to fight. All I want is a new home for my people.
And you shall have it, once you help me end this war.
Then I will oblige. But only for the sake of House Erengard.
Hauser, Queen Lorelei will need your support. Go. Attack the enemy capital at once.
At your command.
Once known as the proudest city in southern Mundus, Friedland's capital, Sternsicht, has fallen into decay after many years of war. From the royal spire's highest battlement, the duchy's aging matriarch Raduin addresses Lorelei and Hauser in a grave voice.
Friedland must live!
So I've got a bad feeling. After, like, going into battle in this game, you're not really allowed to move afterwards, which for breaking sieges means this thing that I've seen happen over and over in the demo is that they'll be sieging the castle right here. I will break the siege, but because I can't move into town on the turn that I did an attack to break a siege, they just cap it again with another army that's on the other side. You can see them right there. Watch. I bet you they'll do it. I bet you they will. Our other option is to leapfrog this dude up here, but my worry then is that another army is going to come in and take the bridge, and then if we lose this castle right here, we just, like, flat out lose the game. So I figure what we'll try to do at the beginning, I can't afford any garrisons, unfortunately, which, que sera, I suppose, but I guess we'll just, like, run it. Oh, look at that, they're attacking over here, dude. They're trying to, okay, they tried to attack us on this side. These guys have slingers, man. These guys have I don't know what those are called. I always call them hucky sticks. Like, they're little sticks with, like, a sling on top of them that, like, throw rocks. But we should be able to handle this battle no problem. The lightning's going through. Yeah, it reduced them to cinders pretty quickly. Our cavalry are probably going to take the gnarliest part of the assault. But I'm, like, mostly okay with that because it looks like they're retreating. All of our light elementals are now teleporting into combat, taking care of business and making it look rowdy. And on this side, feeling a rush of adrenaline, Hauser extends his hands to the stars. The gods have fought by our side on this day. I like the little flavor text they give you, too, for, like, victories and stuff. It's really nice. So does he regenerate while he's inside of here? I was going to say, because his cavalry's, they're going to kind of need to regenerate. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad time. Oh, apparently it's now my turn. See, they re-sieged it over here. They got to get rid of... You should be able to just keep using your AP even after a fight. Otherwise, it leads to weird situations like this right here where I just broke the siege, but it won't let me walk one step into the city without it getting back-capped again. And so we're gonna have a little bit of stress here until it gets better. Let's go ahead and we'll start bombing on these guys. I don't know if this is all going to work out. We're going to, like, do our best with it and hope that it works out. But they do have the little light elemental guys. But, like, I think if we fight hard, we should be good. and we should be able to break through, I think. Then again, our health is falling off pretty quick right now, so maybe not. Let's keep dropping some bombs on these dudes. There we go. Light them up a little bit. Let them feel it. They may have had us kind of like chin-checked right there. I don't know. Tough one to say. Where's her health at? Oh, she's still got like a full army ready to go. We may have problems. I don't think my spells like actively do anything to these guys. I'm guessing they're kind of like weak. Let's retreat real fast. We'll fall back real quick. Like, it sucks that we lost that spot and we lost this army. And I think she loses her turn, too. Yeah, she loses her turn. We could come back in here, though. We could smack him with this guy, I guess. Let's go ahead and go for it. And we'll call it another ambush. Like, we have another full-size army right here, and we already softened them up, so might as well get in there, I guess. Go ahead and teleport in a couple of little light elementals on that side and see if maybe they can hold them. Cavalry appear to be really weak to these guys over here. Either that or it's the lightning that guy's dropping. It's kind of hard to say. Keep dropping more summons into that area. Just keep them nice and busy. The summons are kind of like the first thing that we've played around with that actually like dealt damage to that mob. It looks like they're routing. Let's keep the summons piling up on this mob right here. Summons in games like this are always like incredibly powerful. Looks like they're weak to magic, actually. Magic damage flattened her like instantly from the little lightning guys. So maybe to go up against these dudes effectively, it may be possible that we've got some kind of elemental affinity right there that we need to be obeying, basically. We need to be paying respect to. Hauser is leveled up, so that's good. Hauser should have a little level up. Yeah, once again, though, I can't go into the city to actually cap it, so they could just back cap it again, thus catching me in a very, very nasty situation. And we do have a level up. It can go on Hauser. Oh, it can also go on her. Okay, we'll level her up first. And she can summon from reserves, or she can upgrade her Invading star. Or we can bestow knighthood on an honor guard for 50 bucks, which upgrades them to like an elite version. I'll probably upgrade my Invading star, I guess. I'll probably get the most use out of that. She also gets to have one more unit inside her retinue now, which is very, very nice in my opinion. Just like step inside the city. That's all I want from you, is just step inside the city so that we can use the walls. Divine Revenge. Friendly combatants explode on death for the next 10 seconds. The explosion hits enemies for 3 damage. Okay. We've got Protection. Friendly combat units are immune to damage and have morale for 6 seconds. Okay. Probably go for that one right there where it makes my units explodey boys, because I could probably combine that with like the infinite nature of the summons to be like really annoying right there. So those guys retreated. We still have a garrison over here. Hopefully they don't try anything rowdy. It does look like they are lining back up on us right now, so we'll probably want to put those guys inside of here and maybe pull from the garrison in order to reinforce him because he's down a unit, I think. I can't put the garrison units in there, unfortunately. Yeah, infantry fighters are fine. We'll pay the 50 bucks for the infantry fighters just to hold this point. Looks like I can also spend money or like mana to summon like a bunch of little devils over here. Oh, dude, look at those dudes. That's such a sick portrait, bro. That portrait is raw as hell. Whoever drew that is my hero. True faith that transcends everything will gift you a bow and arrow to protect your children and your children's children from here to eternity. Sick, dude. This is like Magic the Gathering style like artwork that they've put in this game. It's really, really good. I like it a lot. All right, you go take up refuge in the city real fast. Turn all that stuff in because we do need to buy garrisons and things. So you can get an Oath Sworn of Knights. We should definitely get an Oath Sworn of Knights while we're here. We're pretty beat up. I kind of want to recruit even more. But the city has been sort of like under siege for like a long period of time. So I can probably play like a high house on this to make it nicer. I have the stone. Yeah, build up the tower right there. I love that when you upgrade, various things about your city, like little towers and things, get added. And it looks like now I can get Rage Sworn. Tough local elite cavalry knights on a yak. Who doesn't love being on a battle yak? Yakety yak. Click, clack, back. I need this guy to drop off. So every time you win a fight, you get an armadillo cart full of gold. That's probably one of the stranger sentences I've ever said on the channel. But you don't get the money until you take the carts back. This means that, like, factions are going to naturally deplete one another in this game. Because every time you defeat them, you get one of their carts full of gold. And every time they defeat you, they get all of your carts full of gold. You'd think they would have learned this lesson the hard way last time, man. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of, like, drop bomb those dudes in there. You guys become explosive, I suppose. I become explosive too, but it's mostly after I have way too many frijoles, man. Let's go ahead and we'll put them over there. Yeah, I think the elemental units are weak to magic. So it looks like they're really strong versus like normal enemies, but they die almost instantly against anything that casts like a mana bolt or something like that. That's what it's looking like to me anyways. So we kind of want to like reserve those little glowing guys for situations where they're going to be able to throw hands with like melee units. Sir, congratulations on your next stunning victory. That army has been removed from the map, which is great.
Here's your first lesson about this war. Once, Friedland and Elben were allies. But then, 4 generations ago, Friedland's eastern lands were consumed by silence. So people began migrating west. Food was short, and tempers even shorter.
That is very interesting. Please tell me more. And for 90 bucks, I can get more Oathsworn. Sure, I'll take some more Oathsworn. It looks like you like heal very, very, very slowly in this game. I would like to play around with Realm Builder a little bit more to get the prosperity of this place up, but it looks like it's going to be more prosperous on the next turn anyways, so it may not be hugely necessary. The other option we could play around with is dropping all of our money off back at the capital and seeing if he can mostly make it back to the pass. I just wanted to drop off my carts because we're really pobre right now, but that should mean that over here I may be able to fill in like further garrisons so that I don't have to babysit this quite as much, so that it becomes kind of like a Pyrrhic victory to take over that slot. And then with the extra money, he's got all of its units filled. We don't have enough mana yet to bring back another unit. More garrisons, probably not a terrible idea though. The question is like, where do we want those garrisons to go? Yeah, let's put some more archers on the wall, I guess. We'll give them some archers. We'll give them some... I want to make sure this right here, Silberstein, is like, if we lose this, we lose the game. So I want it to be really well reinforced before I leave anything unbabysat. But for right now, it kind of feels like we're just babysitting economy and waiting to see what the enemy's going to do. There do not appear to be equipment menus or anything that we can play around with on these characters. How tough are these guys right here? I don't know what those are. 4... 7 power, 3 power. You might be able to take them. Maybe. Yeah, do it. Let's be aggressive, because we're about done with the video anyways. But I'm very, very impressed with this title. I want to play it more. I'm excited about this. You go ahead and get back here and just be disruptive. So it looks like this is mostly like an artillery army. Like they're all about bombing down Scorn on us. However, it looks like they're very weak to lightning. So these lightning units right here are absolutely liquefying these dudes over on this side, which I am quite happy to see. So it looks like we've got these guys' numbers. As long as we can keep the mages covered and we keep these guys distracted when the mages arrive, they should be able to do some pretty serious issues to the enemy. All right, drop some more dudes in over there. It looks like he's summoning more. That's okay, dude. These casters right here are the linchpin of the entire strategy. They're the only ones dealing damage right now if you're watching the health bars. So we kind of need to keep them trucking on into enemy territory. Looks like we have the northeastern victory. Now we're pushing for the southeastern victory. He should probably go down in a couple lightning bolts. Yeah, there we go. That health is moving now. That health is moving now. Kill us if you dare. Yeah, it definitely looks like different enemies have different resistances, so if you're going up against anything newfangled or anything worrisome, you should definitely be going after it with magic spells. All right, that unit's gone off the battlefield. He's got himself another level up and some more spoils. We've got the Golden Temple over here that will give you more divine favor for summoning units. We also have a Divine Host on this side, which allows us to summon a random elite celestial unit if we have the power to do it. And then protection once again. Let's maybe go for... Oh, I don't know. Let's go for the one that summons an elite unit. That sounds good to me. And he's got another army slot. You love to see it. He unfortunately can't move, so if that little army comes back around from over here to harass, it's going to be a little bit of a headache. A little bit of a teensy tiny headache. I'll just keep reinforcing the garrison over here, though, with more spears. Because why not? I mean, it feels like it's a good idea. My name is Splattercat. This is Songs of Silence. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this game is really rad, and now I'm amped up to play it later. I'm always excited to find out about new Heroes of Might and Magic style stuff that's being sent our way, and this appears to be done to a very high quality. The AI has some annoying quirks, like its real desire to always want to backcap you the second you leave anything. So I think there's going to be quite a bit of turtling here, but just observations. We'll see how it goes once the game actually comes out. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Thank you for hanging out with me, and it's time for me to go. Bye, beautiful people.